What's good, YouTube family? It's your boy Adolph's Picks, and today I'm coming at y'all with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we are going to be playing contenders or pretenders. So in the video, we are going to do a random number generator, 1 through 10, and we'll flip back and forth between East and West, and we'll see if these teams have any shot to contend for a title, see where they're at in today's standings, and kind of talk a little bit about each team. I think this would be cool to highlight each team, see where each of them are at, and if there's people that are overperforming and not going to be able to get it done later in the season, we'll get to talk about them. If there's some sleepers down at the bottom of the standings, we'll also be able to talk about them as well. So just kind of a way to highlight different teams, where they're at, and if they have any chance to go ahead and win it. Before we jump into that, though, let's talk about the NBA Cup a little bit. I figured that'd be fun as well. And first of all, congratulations to the Knicks. I don't want to blow them off, but I feel like we have to talk about the Spurs a little bit. They beat OKC. They looked really good against the Knicks. Ultimately, couldn't get it done, but San Antonio, man, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time. And their team, maybe we'll land on them in the wheel and have to talk a little bit more about them, but wow, their team is really, really good with Wembanyama back. And coming off the bench, they got, Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper. Luke Cornett is huge to fill the Wemby void when he's not on the floor. Just all in all, Stephon Castle is legit. Deserved the Rookie of the Year last year, of course, and he is a baller. He can get to the rim. He can facilitate in the past two games versus OKC and New York. We see him kind of as the point guard on the ball a lot more, and we've seen Fox move off the ball. Everyone was wondering how are they going to work this out, and then they picked Dylan Harper. They add another elite combo guard into the mix. What are they going to do? And I think we got to see, people knew how good the Spurs were, but we got to see it at a national level, and them outperform OKC in Vegas, them hang on with the New York Knicks, two people that are title favorites in their respective conferences. I think it was really cool to see, and we saw how it's going to work out with their guards, the amount of guards that they have. All in all, the Spurs are going to be fun, not only for the rest of this year, but for a long while coming. Once again, congratulations to the Knicks. I think everyone knew what the Knicks are capable of. They're led by Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, and they got those core guys around them, OG, Mikal. We saw a lot of Tyler Kolek. He actually closed the game over Bridges. Josh Hart is a big piece of that Knicks team. Mitchell Robinson will come in and get you bored. So we know what the Knicks offer, but San Antonio was not necessarily a surprise, but it was fun to see. And this feels like kind of a coming out moment for the San Antonio Spurs. So really cool stuff there. But without further ado, NBA Cup's over. Congrats to the Knicks. We'll jump right into contenders or pretenders. All right, so you guys can see the numbers and stuff here that we're dealing with. We'll start Eastern Conference. That's where it landed on. So we'll start Eastern Conference and go ahead and generate. Number 9. This is a fun one that I've talked a little bit about, especially about Eric Spoelstra and how I think he could deserve Coach of the Year for what he's doing. But Miami, coming out of the Eastern Conference, I'm looking at the rest of these standings, and I'm not afraid to say that I think Miami could be. I don't think they're pretenders. I'd put them in the contender category before I put them in the pretender category, because look at the teams above them. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, because they're kind of right where they should be in that play-in range. I don't think they're better than the Magic, Celtics. The Raptors are really good this year. Knicks and Pistons are obviously 1 and 2. This is a little bit of a tough one. You see they're on a 5-game losing streak, but I don't know. I'm not quick to call them pretenders. I think, like I said, I would put them in the contender category before I call them pretenders, because the identity switch that they've made this year, they haven't been fully healthy. Tyler Hero's just getting his feet back under him. Norm Powell looks really good, giving you over 20 a game. Bam Adebayo is a defensive force, and he can post up on the elbow, and he's not a black hole for an offense like we see some centers be. Get the ball in post, put it up. Bam Adebayo can facilitate. If he sees a double, he'll dump it down. All in all, this Heat team has been really fun to watch. They're above 500. I don't know if they have any chance to actually win the title, but I wouldn't call them a pretender. I think they can keep up with the Sixers. They're going to be better than every team below them the rest of the way. That's kind of why we phased out. We only are doing up to 10, because all of these guys are not contenders, and I don't know if they're pretenders either. This is really who they are down there. But I think they could compete with the Hawks. Cavs have been struggling all season, so Heat, I would say I'd give them contender. That would be if I had to go one or two ways, I would say contender. I think I like the way they play. They play fast. They get out and run. Their pace is insane. Yeah, contender for the Miami Heat. Let's go ahead and switch over to the Western Conference. See what we get here. 4. Oddly enough, we land on the San Antonio Spurs. Random number generator. So we just talked about the Spurs a little bit, man. They're not pretenders. They're ready to go, man. They're built for this moment. They've held on without Wemby. Wemby is back. He looked good. He only played 20 to 25, 26 minutes. And he looked really good. In the finals game, there was a stretch where Wemby took over, and we thought, damn, the Spurs are going to win. Stephon Castle coming into his shell. He's showing everyone who he is as a facilitator, as someone that's going to get downhill. He can hit the 3-ball if you need him to. Dylan Harper still progressing and get better with what seems to be every game. He just dropped 21 last night to try to will his team to a win. De'Aaron Fox is there. Guys off the bench. Devin Vassell, we didn't talk about him at all. This Spurs team is fun. I knew they were good, but this seems like a coming out moment. I don't want to touch on them too much because we already talked about them, but the Spurs are contenders at this point in time, and I don't see it changing with the rest of the season progressing. We'll go ahead and hop back over to the Eastern Conference, and we're going to get 3. Whew, this is a fun one too. The Raptors, 16-11 on the season. Look really good, playing great defense. Not fully healthy. RJ Barrett is out for now, through a little bit. I think it's a few weeks at most. Brandon Ingram is scoring the ball really well for this Raptors team. The Raptors, they're good. They look good. They're playing good defense, but I think they're overperforming to start the year. I think they're going to come back down to earth a little bit. They are a good team, but I think they're going to come back down to earth a little bit. And I could be wrong. I like what they got going on over there. Jamal Shed has been a huge bright spot, averaging, I want to say 6 to 7. That unintentional, but assist a game. I could probably look that up real quick while we go. Let's look it up. Jamal Shed stats. Assists. Oh yeah, just under 6, 5.5. So, but 10, 8. I mean, we see what he can give you off the bench, which is nice. So, I don't know. This Raptors team is good, but I'd say they're pretenders before I would say they're contenders. So we'll call them pretenders. First pretenders of the video. Swap back over to the Eastern Conference here. Number 8, the Golden State Warriors. And they got some trouble over there in Golden State, man. People aren't happy with the Warriors right now. They're not winning games. Steph Curry's dropping close to 50. And they're not winning. They're losing. People are mad at Jimmy Butler, as a secondary star. Draymond Green, who knows what they give you. And the Warriors, what they've needed, even when they were winning these titles, they've needed a center. They never had like a bona fide center. Like they made it work with who they had. They made it work with the Kevon Looney's and the Zaza Pachulias, Andrew Bogut, which respect the Bogut. I love Andrew Bogut. Andrew Bogut. What they've always needed, though, is a bona fide center. Like, we've never seen Steph Curry play with an elite center. And right now, they still have no center on this team. We're seeing Quentin Post minutes. It's a tough one. Pods, nowhere to be found. What the hell has he been doing all season? This Warriors team, I would like to call them contenders. I wish they were in a better spot, but they're pretenders at this point in time. I like them over some of these teams. I like them over the Suns. I like them over the Grizzlies. But that's it. I mean, they're going to be fighting. They're going to make the play-in, more than likely. Teams below them aren't doing much. The Clippers are in no man's land. So, I'd call them pretenders for sure. I don't think they're contenders at this point, but especially in a tough Western Conference. But I'd love to see the Warriors step it up and get to a point to where we're going to make a run with Stephen Curry. And I think these guys are in the market to make a splash at the deadline. I don't know if it will be for a center. Doesn't seem like they ever have any interest in getting one. But I could see them making a splash here in the next few months to make this run with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. And Draymond Green, love him or hate him, he's still a key piece on a championship team. He doesn't give you much points. But his basketball IQ, everything that he brings to the table is still important for a championship caliber team. So, pretenders right now, the Warriors are. All right, y'all. Sorry, I think that the recording cut off, the microphone cut out, so I'm glad I caught it when I did because I would have continued to keep talking. Where it ended was the Warriors. I think they're pretenders at this point in time. They could make a big move and look to add some people to become a serious contender. But I I don't know. They're not really a sleeper for me. They're not really a contender at this point. I'd call him a pretender, which hurts to say because I love Steph Curry, the greatest point guard of all time. So blessed to be able to see him and grow up in this era with Steph. But at this point in time, they're pretenders, and he needs some help. So we'll pivot back over to Eastern Conference 1 through 10, and number one. And it's the Detroit Pistons, another team we've talked a little bit about on the channel, but they're contenders. 21-5 at this point in time. Easy strength of schedule, doesn't bother me. You play who's in front of you. I think that the Pistons are a really, really good basketball team, and them and the Knicks as a 1 and 2 combo really stick out to me. Anyone after the Knicks has some question marks. I mean, the Knicks and Pistons have their own question marks as well, but the Knicks are really good, and the Pistons are also a contender. I'm hearing some Cade Cunningham MVP talks. I know Jeff Teague just got on his podcast, said Cade is his number 1 pick for MVP at this point in time, and I don't necessarily disagree that Cade should be in MVP talks. He could be top 3. To say he's number 1 is wild, but I mean, what Cade is doing is awesome. It's beautiful to see. It's so fun to watch. He seems like ethical, when you watch Cade Cunningham hoop. He is hooping like an ethical hooper. I seen like this list of the last 4 ethical hoopers left, and Cade Cunningham wasn't on it, and it got me thinking like, no, Cade is like really like that. Like, Cade is cold, and at the beginning of his career, I wasn't huge on him. I was a big Jalen Green fan coming into that draft class because of prolific prep and stuff at that time was just awesome. Jalen Green was cool, but Cade is one of one MVP. They have their leader, they have their superstar, and then the roster is not filled out with star players all the way around. But Jalen Duran is at an all-star level. You got Duncan Robinson can knock down 3 balls and hold his own defensively, if you want to call it that. Tobias Harris is going to step in, and he knows what it takes to win. He's going to be getting rebounds and doing the nitty-gritty stuff. Karis LeVert come off the bench, give you a scoring spark. Dennis Jenkins has looked awesome to start the year. This Pistons team is here to stay. They went from one of the worst to one of the best very quickly, and I think they're ready. I believe in Bickerstaff as well as a coach. So this Pistons team, they're first in the Eastern Conference for a reason, and they are contenders. They can make it out of the East if they get hot at the right time. Or I don't know. They're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, so I can see them keeping it up all season. I don't think they're pretenders by any means. I think they have what it takes to get out of the Eastern Conference and be a contender. Hop back over to the West here. Number 9 is the Grizzlies. I mean, they're pretenders. They don't have what it takes. Ja Morant doesn't seem like he wants to be in Memphis. Jaren Jackson Jr. is 7 foot. My biggest thing with Jaren Jackson is he can't rebound. He averages like 5-6 rebounds a game, which is just pitiful to me. Great defender though, definitely a good defender. I think Memphis can figure it out, maybe get out of this play-in range, maybe get up to the 6th seed at most. But even then, if you look at the top 6 teams, it's like who's falling off. So they're going to be a play-in team more than likely because they are better than Utah. Dallas is terrible. Dallas I don't know. They're just at the bottom of the standings. I don't want to touch too much on Memphis. They don't have a chance to win it. I'm calling them a pretender when they're 12-14 doesn't feel right because I don't know if this might be really who they are. I don't know if they're pretending. So we'll kind of skip the Grizzlies. We'll do another Western Conference team here. 8 we already did. 6 is the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves are we can talk on the Timberwolves. We haven't covered them much on the channel at all. So the Timberwolves are really good. Ants missed some games. They need a point guard. This is what Minnesota is missing. They need a point guard. Anthony Edwards is not going to give you more than 4 to 5 assists a night. He can score 30, scoring the ball like crazy. But then you got those Ant nights where he explodes 3 games in a row, and then 6 games in a row, he's going to give you 18 points. It's like, we need Anthony Edwards every night, especially the way this team is built. They need him to score 25 through 30 points a night to have a chance. I like the way they play. They play a good defensive scheme. The guys around Anthony Edwards are good. Julius Randle, really one of those hit or miss guys as well. You don't really know what you're going to get from Randle night in and night out. I love Jaden McDaniels. He's a baller, one of those lengthy defenders. Seeing him and Shea go at it last year in the playoffs was cool. Until he started like crashing out and getting texts and shit because he couldn't keep up, but whatever. I mean, I like this Timberwolves team. I don't think they're pretenders. I just think the 5 teams ahead of them are better, and it's going to be that way the rest of the season. I could see maybe the Lakers dropping off. The Lakers could drop. They could maybe jump San Antonio, but Houston, Denver, and OKC are going to be ahead of them all season. I mean, when it comes playoff time, I don't want to doubt this Timberwolves team. They've been to the Western Conference Final. They know what it takes to get there with a very similar roster. But I don't know. I'll call them a contender. I don't think they're pretenders. I think this is really who they are. They're 17-9. Anthony Edwards is really good at basketball, and he's going to be able to uplift this team and take them to where they need to be. The rest of the guys will do their job. I'd call him a contender. I feel comfortable doing that. We'll do one more for each conference. Number 2, the New York Knicks. Yeah, they're a contender, straight up. You just seen them win the NBA Cup. Not that makes them a contender automatically, but this team's good. They've been together long enough now to where they're ready to go. Jalen Brunson is balling this season. He looks really, really good. Last night on the broadcast, Ben Stiller got on there and said, when is JB going to get into the MVP talks as well? And he might deserve it. You might be able to mention his name in that conversation. Karl-Anthony Towns, looking good, giving over 20 a night, I believe. Still rebounding the ball like crazy. Mitchell Robinson off the bench. And they're still not fully healthy right now. They're missing Deuce. They're missing Shamet. Hart was kind of hit or miss to start the season. So this Knicks team, I think, is going to continue to get better. They're going to build some steam off this NBA Cup run, and they're a contender. They're definitely not pretending by any means. So I like the Knicks to make a run at the title, and I think they're probably my favorite. I'd take them over the Pistons at this point in time. The Pistons are really good, but whole season, I'm going to take the Knicks over the Pistons as the Eastern Conference team. Just hopefully they can get over that curse that them and Philly and some of these bigger city teams seem to have when it comes to making a run at the title. So I like the Knicks. They're definitely a contender. If I called them a pretender, we could all end the video. So we'll go Western Conference. Utah is a fun team. I don't want to talk much about Utah. I want to kind of get up in here into the Nuggets. Yeah, this is a fun one. And any team with Nikola Jokic at this point in time is going to be a contender. Another team that I could not call a pretender. They have some things to figure out as far as, I don't know actually. His Nuggets team is pretty good. Yeah, Jokic, Murray. I was just thinking Jokic, Murray. They added Tim Hardaway to knock down the 3 balls. Cam Johnson is kind of forming into his new team. It hasn't looked great to start the season, but you know he can figure it out. Christian Brown hasn't really been huge. What's his name? Not Dylan Jones. Is it Spencer Jones? Sorry for being a bot. Let me look this up. It's got to be Spencer Jones. Yeah, Spencer Jones. We seen him the other night when the Nuggets and Rockets were on. He was guarding KD. KD started hot, looked good, and then Spencer Jones got on him. KD was pass the ball. So, Spencer Jones is someone to watch out for on the Nuggets. As a defender, you can knock down the 3 ball if you want. I think this team is good. I don't know if they have what it takes to beat OKC, but they took them to 7 last year, so anything's possible. They're definitely a contender. There's my contenders and pretenders. Just kind of random number generate. Let's talk about some of these teams, see if they got what it takes, if they're faking this far through the season. I think it's it's tight, man. There's no, if you look at these Western Conference standings again, besides OKC, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 teams. All within a game of one another, which is huge to see. If you look at the East, kind of a similar thing. The Knicks and Pistons are a little bit at the top, but when you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you get all within a game of each other, game and a half. It's shaping up to be a great season so far. NBA Cup just wrapped up. We're about to approach the deadline. We're going to see some moves soon. All-Star Week's coming up in about 2 months. So, all in all, it's been a great start to the season. I'm excited for the rest of it. And maybe we can look back at this video and see who I was calling pretenders or contenders. And maybe there'll be some good takes. Maybe there'll be some bad ones. That's the beauty of it. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys like what you saw, made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. That means the world. Watch time on YouTube, I'm finding out, is a big metric that they use. So, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And let's keep rolling, man. We'll keep pumping out content. Appreciate you.